All right, folks, we're back again. My name is Charles, of course, of Speak Hope. And we're coming to you again talking about the word choice, but kind of a different way. Now I want to kind of give you all some background information on why this word is even in discussion right now. I grew up with my grandmother and later my uncle. And the reason being is because my parents weren't in the picture during that time. And my uncle, he had to intervene in my life. He had to intervene because I was having issues in school in terms of conduct, and I was fighting and just being disruptive in the classroom. And the reason, just really, I was just seeking attention because from my perspective is if I was to have these problems in school, eventually my parents have to come up to see about me. They would have to come to a parent-teacher conference. So I would go home and take my parent-teacher conference letters home to my grandmother. In excitement, of course, she didn't understand what I was excited about. But to me, this was a chance for my parents to come up to the school. But that happened a few times, and my parents never showed up. But who the person did show up, he changed my life forever, and that was my uncle. My uncle showed up, and he began to talk with me and mentor me on a different level, just kind of close mentorship. And eventually, with time, I started to live with him. And the first week I moved in with him, he sat me down and he said, "Son, life is about choices." And when he said that, I knew we was gonna have a long conversation because he liked to talk. And so I thought about that. You know, what does he mean life is about choices? You know, I asked him for clarity. And he said, "You know what? Well, I'm gonna give you two choices. I want you to think about these." He said the first choice is you can continue to have difficulties in school and be disruptive and have conduct problems. And if you do that, that'll lead to more issues and more negativity in your life. He said, or second option, you can use your parents not being in the picture as positive reinforcement and look towards being a better person. And so to him, right, those two choices were very clear, right? They were black and white. But to me, those two choices were ambiguous, right? There was a gray area there because the first option of me being disruptive to him was negative, but to me it was a positive thing because I thought if I continued to act this way, I would get the attention of my parents. The other option that he thought was being positive to me was negative because again, me doing well in school, I know probably my parents won't come up to see about me. All right, so what we're talking about here, people, are two different mentalities, right? From my uncle's perspective, he was giving me a way to be a better person, be a better student. And that was right from what he was thinking. But my mentality and my psyche was different because I'm thinking about my family, I'm thinking about my parents, and I'm thinking about something totally different than what he was thinking about. All right, and this situation leads me to the current day, present day. As we think about our youth in Chicago, and they have a lack of mentorship, right? They don't have those people like I had in my life, my uncle, that showed me a different way to view life, right? He showed me hope, and he showed me, most of all, he showed me guidance. So now I can look at it differently. But then, right, my options, the option he gave me, they weren't clear. Right, so when you think about judging people, and we always say these people have options and they have choices, not necessarily, because if their psyche and their mentality isn't what you think it should be, then technically you all aren't on the same page, right? I wasn't on the same page as my uncle. So what I really needed, it wasn't really options when I think about it. It wasn't even choices. What I needed was mentorship. What I needed was love. Right, what I needed was somebody to show me a different viewpoint of life than what I had during that current time. So what I want you all to do is comment below and talk to us a little bit more about the word choice, right? Tell us from a time when you were giving choices, but the way you were giving those choices were not how you perceived them to be. All right, also follow Speak Hope on Facebook, just Speak Hope Clean. On Instagram and Twitter, SpeakHope_. We're going to keep these videos going because our goal is just to spark dialogue amongst the people. And if we continue to have these dialogue, these videos, and ask questions and hear different perspectives, then we can be better people. And then we can assist those that actually need the guidance and the mentorship and also the love. Appreciate you all for rocking with us, for listening, and let's keep it going.